Hi, I'm Carolyn Valley. I'm the CEO of Central Berkshire Habitat for Humanity, and I want to congratulate you on taking the first step towards home ownership with Habitat for Humanity. Today, we're going to be talking about a whole host of Habitat homes, but most specifically, the next two that are going to be open for application. Those are two-unit condos, and they're located at 266, 268 Onota Street. And I'm going to share my screen so that you can take a look at our presentation. So as you can see, the pathway to homeownership for 266, 268 Onota Street in Pittsfield is really living out our mission of a world where everyone has a decent place to live. And our specific mission here in the Berkshires is to help build strength, stability, and self-reliance through shelter. And we do that through a number of different programs. And we're really excited that you are taking the first step towards your opportunity to purchase a home through Habitat. We all know the housing market today is really leaving a lot of people out with high rents, low down payment, and a lot of other factors. It's making it more and more difficult for folks to be able to purchase a home. So we know the prices are high. There's a limited affordable homes available. High interest rates make it even more difficult, and lower no down payment funds to purchase a home, because often lenders are looking for a 20% down payment or a family must pay private mortgage insurance. And the private mortgage insurance adds a lot to the monthly payment. Currently, home sales in Pittsfield market, the median sales price is $277,500 as of late 2024. And we do see that continuing to rise. On average, a family must make about $78,000 to afford a mortgage of $222,000, and that's if you have the 20% down payment. Great Barrington, the situation is even worse. The median sales price for those purchasing homes is $576,000, and in Housatonic, it's $475,000. So family income would need to be about $140,434 to buy any one of those homes, which leaves a lot of people out of the housing market. In Pittsfield, a typical 3-bedroom rent is $2,000 a month. And if you think about that, $2,000 a month for 12 months is $24,000 a year in rent. If you multiply that by 30 years, that's $720,000 paid to your landlord. In Great Barrington, a typical 3-bedroom averages between $2,500 and $3,000, even if you can find some. Multiply that by 12 months, it's going to be between $30,000 and $36,000, and over 30 years will be over $900,000 to $1,080,000 paid to your landlord. And that's assuming no rent increase over 30 years. If you're a renter and have always paid the same amount for your rent and has never had a rent increase, please raise your hand now. So we believe it's really important that equitable and fair access to affordable homeownership is a springboard for families to build intergenerational wealth. It drives better economic, health, and educational outcomes. Yet 1.8 billion people around the world lack adequate and affordable housing. And Habitat's mission is to change that. So Habitat is about partnering with homeowners to set them up for long-term success. Habitat empowers applicants for the responsibilities of homeownership by helping them learn about home maintenance, routine repairs, and the upkeep of their home, which results in substantial cost savings. Habitat is committed to removing barriers to affordable homeownership. Habitat's one-of-a-kind affordable financing model. We do not give away homes. Our model offers mortgages with affordable monthly payments to increase homeownership among vulnerable communities, including low to moderate income households. We collaborate closely on every aspect of home purchase from application to closing. Habitat helps by offering lower sales prices and a Habitat subsidy. For example, the appraised value of the property minus the sales price equals the subsidy. And we also partner with local affordable housing trusts, down payment assistance grants, sponsorships by employers, and gift in kind donations, which again help reduce the price. What is wealth generation? Home ownership is a key to wealth building. Those of us that had parents that were able to purchase their homes and then were able to pass it down to their family members, that's wealth. People that want to consider how am I going to really leave a legacy behind for my family? Purchasing a home, especially one that is affordable, is the way to make that happen. We do at Habitat require all future homeowners take financial education classes to help manage their affordable mortgage and reap the benefits of long-term successful homeownership. Because once you purchase your home, that is your largest asset, and learning how to keep it and maintain it is a critical piece of success. At Habitat, we know that the stability of a decent, affordable home empowers families to climb higher. And to make homeownership more accessible, home buyers partner with Habitat to help build their home alongside volunteers and pay an affordable mortgage. And this is one of the families that purchased a Habitat home 10 years ago. And the oldest son has just purchased a home without Habitat for himself. And both the boys were able to be successful in college. It really does make a difference when you have stable housing. Our most recent Habitat for Humanity homes, Gordon Deming Village, those were 6 4-bedroom, high energy efficient units. And these are pictures of all 6 of the units. Then Madison Avenue, those were 2 3-bedroom condominiums, highly energy efficient units as well. And here's just a smattering of the families that have purchased those homes and are now very comfortable in their new homes. Grove Street in Great Barrington was a renovated and historic 3-bedroom home from the early 1900s. We fully restored it, and a family has purchased that last year. And here's them at their closing and enjoying some of their first Christmases in their home. 16 Gulf Road, they just closed on it in December, and that family is living in their new home today. And 82 and 84 Robbins Avenue in Pittsfield, they'll be closing on their home soon. It should happen within the next couple of weeks. The contributions of our donors, community partners, and volunteers are critical in helping Habitat drive equitable and fair access to homeownership. Current builds that we are taking applications for now: 266 and 268 Onota Street in Pittsfield. These are 2 1,216 square foot condo units, each 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. They have a lovely backyard and off-street parking. These are the floor plans. The amenities are aging in place with a bedroom and bath on the first floor and a full bath on the second floor. Open concept kitchen, dining area, and living area. The kitchen features Energy Star appliances, including refrigerator, stove, and a modern kitchen design. You can purchase at a reduced price a washer, dryer, and dishwasher. Both bathrooms and kitchen have Kohler fixtures. Leveler blinds are installed in energy-saving windows for bedrooms and baths. And these are all built to the new energy codes that stress energy efficiency. The Onota Street condos, as I said, are super energy efficient with mini splits for heating and air conditioning. And our experienced staff will show you how to use your units when you purchase your. This is the first floor. You can see that they have beautiful hardwood floors and a very accessible bathroom. And these are the second floors, good size bathrooms and bedrooms. Pricing opinion of value on these homes is $220,000. Habitat will be subsidizing that, so the purchase price will be $140,000 per unit. The estimated monthly cost should be about $1,300, and that includes your estimated mortgage, principal and interest, insurance, taxes, condo fees, which includes a reserve fund. A reserve fund is to be a set aside so that if you ever need a new roof or anything, the money is an account that we'll be able to access for you to get a new roof, or if there's some other condo type item. Condos also reduce your real estate tax bill, and it helps to Habitat to build more homes because you can get 2 homes on one piece of land rather than just one, which makes it much more affordable. Habitat homes are deed restricted. Now, what is a deed restriction? There are deed restrictions that control the future sales price and sales process of the homes to ensure that they stay affordable for future buyers. Why do you need a deed restriction? Well, communities worry about future affordability and have helped make this opportunity available for you and also future generations of homeowners. If you're selected and have the opportunity to purchase at closing, you will sign a deed rider, which requires you to live in the home, ensures the affordability for future home buyers. When you meet with our staff at Habitat, we go over every document that you'll need in order to be able to purchase your home. So how does the Habitat homeownership process work? Homeownership through Habitat is really about a hand up, not a handout. We partner with you. You have to be a resident of or work in Berkshire County for at least 1 year. You must be income eligible, and you must not have more than $75,000 in assets. And you must have a need for better housing and be willing to partner, which means building your home and those of others in your community. So how does Habitat prepare you for homeownership? Well, you applicants review with home buyer specialist, begin partnering with your volunteer hours through signing up with VOM and tracking your hours. We help you with credit repair if that's needed. We work with you on your first-time homebuyer course, financial education classes, financial coaching and mentoring, and pre-approval from a lender familiar with deed restrictions for amount of the mortgage. And we also give you homeowners association education. The process can seem a little daunting. You must have your application in by Thursday, March 13th by 4 p.m. And who are the players in buying your home? Habitat is the seller. Kane, Hibbert, and Myers is our attorney. And then you are the buyer. You have a buyer's attorney that represents your interest. There's a lender, a home inspector, and the appraiser. All of it play a role in the process. Applications must include the completed application with supporting documents, affidavit and disclosure forms, mandatory financial information, and a mortgage pre-approval by a bank that is familiar with deed restrictions. Incomplete applications will return to the due date. Due to the interest in these properties, early application is highly suggested. Habitat staff and community navigators are here to help you, but you must start the process early because you do need to have a complete application prior to the drawing. Note that Habitat is building a lot of homes in the next 2 years. So if you're not selected for this opportunity, you can still join the Habitat program and start on your journey of getting one of those other homes that we'll be building. Mandatory financial information. You must have the last 2 tax years. We do not need your state returns. Provide all pages of your tax return. So if an example is if there's a Schedule C submitted to the IRS but is not included in your application will be considered incomplete. If you've not filed your tax returns for 2024 yet, Habitat prepares taxes for free with the IRS certified FIDA volunteers. Program opens 1/29/25. So again, the mandatory financial information really breaks into federal tax returns, your pay stubs, your W-2s. Really what we have to do is determine your eligibility based on your income. And sometimes every little piece of information will help you be able to qualify for Habitat property. So we really encourage you to provide all of that financial information as much as possible. You also need to provide us with information that verifies your assets. And what we're looking for there is 3 months of full statements, every page, front and back. Any savings accounts, if you have mutual funds, if you're lucky enough to have retirement funds. Don't provide a running transaction list of activity or screenshots. You have to provide the individual statements. So if you're like me and I don't have a printer at home, you can come to the Habitat office if you have online banking, and you can go into your online banking and then they can print it for you from your online banking. So make an appointment with a community navigator to help you work through your application. That's what they're there for, is to really help you connect with resources, and they're really quite special and will be able to really help you ease through this process. Other information. If you are in the midst of a divorce or have started a divorce or separation, the applicant does need to provide legal documentation that the divorce or separation has begun or has been finalized, and the information must be provided regarding the distribution of the family assets. If you're unable to provide them, then both parties' incomes and assets will be used in determining eligibility. Reasonable accommodation. If you are having any kind of issue with trying to get a doctor's letter or anything at all, information about the student status, anything like that, our community navigators can assist you with that as well. We're really here to help, and we really encourage you to partner with a community navigator as soon as possible. And there's a bunch of disclosures that are involved in one of these opportunities. And basically, the first one is that we're looking to make sure that you do not exceed more than 80% of the median income guidelines. So if you are a family of four, your total family income cannot exceed $90,000, and that's from all family members, and all family members must be included. I do want to point out, depending on when you're watching this video, the HUD guidelines change every March and April, so those numbers can change, but these are the numbers that are in effect right now. Then there's another affidavit that they're going to ask you to sign that says you have not jointly owned a single-family home, a townhome, or a condo, or co-op within the past 3 years, including homes in a trust, with the exceptions that apply. So if you were a displaced homemaker, which is defined as an adult who has not worked full-time, full year in the labor force for a number of years, but has during such years worked primarily without remuneration to care for the home and the family, while a homemaker, they owned a home with his or her partner or resided in a single home owned by the partner. A single parent with an individual who owned a home with his or her partner resided in a home owned by the partner and is now a single parent or legally separated from a spouse and has joint custody of one or more children, is pregnant. Households where at least one household member is 55 or older. Households that owned a principal residence not permanently affixed to a permanent foundation in accordance with applicable regulations. What they're really talking about there is if you have a mobile home or a trailer. Households that own a property that was not in compliance with state, local, and model building codes that cannot be brought into compliance for less than the cost of construction. Sometimes people have been given homes, and as much as they would like to rehabilitate them, they receive that as an inheritance, but the property is not in great shape, and the cost of bringing that property up to living standards is going to exceed the value of it, then that would not count as something that you owned before, and it would have to be sold prior to closing on an affordable home. So as you can see, there's some things that are a little bit tricky about mortgages and these loans, and we have experienced people that are more than happy to help you. You're also going to be signing a disclosure that says that you do not exceed the $75,000 asset limit. So you're signing to say that you don't have more than $75,000 in assets. It's very rare that Habitat comes across anybody who has that kind of money. Then your next affidavit is just saying that the household size listed on the application form includes all the people who will be living in the house. This means everybody who's going to live in the house needs to be listed and counted. Please make sure that you fill the application out completely. The next one is that you understand that being selected in the homeownership selection process does not guarantee you'll be able to purchase a home. As you know, we go through a drawing, and that you understand that all application data will be verified and additional financial information may be required prior to purchasing a home. That means that if you're selected first, all information will be verified to ensure your eligibility if it has not already been. This next affidavit is saying that Habitat has the authority to verify any and all assets, income, and other financial information, and to verify all household, resident, workplace information. We further direct our employer, landlord, or financial institution to release any information to Central Berkshire Habitat for Humanity, and consequently the project's monitoring agent for the purpose of determining eligibility. Habitat is the monitoring agent, and this gives us permission to process your application for eligibility in a timely manner so that you may be included in the lottery. And this is a big one. We want to make sure that you understand that if you're selected, you may be offered a specific home, or you will have the option to accept the available home or to reject the available home. So you really want to be thinking about, is the home that is offered today for 266, 268 Onota Street, the property that you would like to apply for? We highly encourage everyone to apply to the Habitat program, because once you are part of the Habitat program, and we've gone through your eligibility and we know what you can afford and we know your family size, we have so many homes that we are designing and getting ready to build that we would be able to more accommodate your needs. So it really means that we are choosing homeowners for multiple homes through this homeowner selection opportunity. And if this home is not the right home for you, you always can make a choice not to buy it, and it would go to the next person in line. The program requirements are established by Mass Housing and HUD in the host community, and you agree to be bound by program changes which may be imposed at any time throughout the process. If any program conflicts arise, we agree that the determination made by the monitoring agent is final. Basically, what this means is that Habitat doesn't make all the rules as the monitoring agent, but if any changes are made during the process, we all have to follow them. Affidavit and disclosure item 9. You're certifying that no member of your family has a financial interest in the project. That just means that nobody in the family has a monetary interest in the project. Item 10, we understand that the deed restricted homes and acknowledge it has been recommended we consult an attorney. And again, we're really encouraging you to look at those documents and then meet with the attorney prior to closing. And then the applications are available. I'm going to keep this screen up for a bit because you can scan the QR code so you can go online. If you don't have a printer, or copies of this information packet can be obtained at the following locations: at our office, which is located at 314 Columbus Avenue, Berkshire Library, Pittsfield City Hall, Hearthway Inc. And as we are adding more places that the applications are available, we'll be posting them on our website. I have found that the best way to start this process is coming in, making an appointment, coming in and meeting with someone in the office, and they can help you walk through that. Hi again, this is Carolyn Valley, Central Berkshire Habitat for Humanity CEO. And I'm going to go through the homeownership selection process, how it all works. It's a pretty straightforward process. We have people that will help you. For the 266, 268 Onota Street property, applications are available now until Wednesday, March 12th at 4 p.m. Incomplete applications will not be returned after Friday, March 14th. And all applications are due by Thursday, March 13th at 4 p.m. You can bring the applications to our office located at 314 Columbus Avenue, or you can mail them in at 314 Columbus Avenue, and they must have a postmark before March 13th at 4 p.m. Only complete applications are eligible to be entered into the first right to purchase drawing. Eligible applications will be assigned a first right to purchase number, and you will be given that number so that when we are doing the live drawing, that you will know if your number came up. Eligible applicants will be notified of their application status and first right to purchase number. You need not be present to win the homeownership selection process. The first right to purchase will be held on Friday, March 28th at 4 p.m. at the Central Berkshire Habitat for Humanity office, and it will be broadcast via Zoom. Winners will be notified immediately, so please make sure that if you have any change in your contact information, whether phone or email, that you let us know in our office as soon as possible. All qualified applicants provided a first right to purchase code will be selected at the time of the drawing. This order of selection will establish the initial rankings. The units will be distributed to the highest ranked household that meets the unit size preference as stated on the next slide. If all 3-bedroom applicants have been offered the unit and they choose not to purchase it or declined, we will then begin offering the unit to households requiring 2 bedrooms based on their first right to purchase ranking, and then 1-bedroom units. The timeframes: if you're selected in the first right to purchase drawing and have the opportunity to purchase a home, you will speak with or meet with a homeownership agent at Habitat to review your application and financial submissions to verify all provided information within 3 days of the drawing, 3 business days. You should then schedule an appointment with your lender as soon as possible, and you will sign a purchase and sales agreement with our Habitat agent that you can bring to your lender. Please be advised it is likely additional financial information will be required and verified prior to home selection. Usually that's from your lender. Financial submissions are verified again prior to closing on the home because we want to make sure you're in the financial position to be able to be successful. If you are determined ineligible at that time, you will not be able to complete this purchase. You will still be given an opportunity to stay in the Habitat program for future purchases. That rarely happens, but if it does, we have contingencies built in for that. So the household size, there are preferences based upon the household size. Preference will be given to households that require 3 bedrooms over households requiring 1 or 2 bedrooms. Second preference will be given to households requiring 2 bedrooms, and final preference to households requiring 1 bedroom if preferences for homeownership are based on the following: that there is at least 1 occupant per bedroom, a husband and wife, or those in a similar living arrangement shall be required to share a bedroom. Other household members may share but are not required to share a bedroom. A person described in the first sentence of 2 shall not be required to share a bedroom if a consequence of sharing would be a severe adverse impact on his or her mental or physical health with the homeownership selection process. Agent receives reliable medical documentation as to such impact of sharing. A household may count an unborn child as a household member, and the household must submit proof of pregnancy from your doctor. So let's talk a little bit about the deed restrictions. There are deed restrictions that control the future sales price and sales process of the homes to ensure they stay affordable for future buyers. Why? Communities are investing in these homes in order to make them affordable for you, and they want to make sure that they will remain affordable in the future. So it's really important that you read over the deed restriction, and primarily it's about making sure that when it's time that you would like to sell your home, that you are offering it to people that are in the same potential area median income that you are. And it is also good, and it's really helpful that Habitat can help you with this, is that if you are thinking about making any capital improvements or refinancing your mortgage, you should reach out to Habitat because there are documents that they need to sign in order to help you facilitate that. Resale. If and when you choose to sell your affordable home, you'll need to notify the city and Habitat, and they will determine the allowable sales price and outline the sales process you must adhere to. We can also help you with getting it listed and working through the process of selling your home. The maximum resale price is determined by using a resale price multiplier, a figure calculated by taking your initial sales price and dividing it by the HUD area median income. Upon resale, the resale price multiplier is multiplied by the updated AMI number to determine the maximum resale price. So you can see by just listening to that explanation that it sounds complicated. That's why we here at Habitat are here to support you and help you in that endeavor. Many of our homeowners keep this as their forever home, but a few have sold it, and we've been able to help them negotiate all of the things that are necessary in order to complete that transaction. But here's an example of the multiplier. For example, if the initial price is $140,000 and the current area median income for a family of 4 at 80% today is $90,000, the resale price multiplier would be $140,000, the sales price, divided by the area median income, and that gives you a 1.56 multiplier. So if you were to sell it in, say, 5 years, you would make $147,420. That's in addition to the money that you save from renting. Added to your sales price is a 2% resale fee that will be paid to the resale agent. All selected applicants are urged to review the deed rider with their own attorney, but also to meet with somebody at Habitat that can give them some practical examples of how that works in real life. Let's talk about partnership hours. Learn how your home is built to prepare you for home maintenance. Enjoy getting to know your neighbors and community volunteers when you work side by side. And here's some of our homeowners right now that are working on their homes in order to really understand how it all is coming together. What is the Home Partnership Hours program? Well, to be selected as a homeowner for any Habitat community property, the family must complete a required number of partnership hours. If the family is a single head of household, the family must complete 275 hours of volunteer time with Habitat. If the family has a dual head of household, the family must complete 425 hours of volunteer time with Habitat. Now, you don't have to do it alone. Families can ask their friends and other family members to donate volunteer hours to their partnership total to help reach their goal faster. Some families ask their coworkers or church groups or other organizations they're a part of to donate their hours locally. If you would like to do this, you should notify Habitat of those names so that we can credit those hours to you. But more importantly, you should meet with our financial education person to put together your sweat equity agreement that helps give you a roadmap of how you can get your hours done. And if you have children under 14, they're not allowed on the build site, but up to 50 hours of babysitting time done by your family or friends can count towards your partnership hours also. And there's a process for us to track that. It's important that volunteering with Habitat for Humanity is more than just hammering and building the house. There are other opportunities that you or your organization can do build days. You can work with a Women Build project. You can help volunteer at the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. You can help at the Restore with sales and merchandising, because the Restore is a critical pathway of how we pay to be able to build your home. How will you join us? Habitat influences housing policy and housing systems to drive housing authority. So if you follow us on Facebook, there are many times that we are asking you to reach out to your senators or congressmen about issues that are important to fair and just housing policies. And together we can make an impact on housing affordability. If you're interested in home ownership, you can use one of these QR codes to complete an application. If you want to start doing your partnership hours, you can reach out through the second one for VOM. And then we're encouraging you to sign up for the next round of financial education classes by emailing homes@berkshirehabitat.org. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us at berkshirehabitat.org or send an email to homes@berkshirehabitat.org or call our office 442 3181 extension 2 for more assistance. Thank you. And we really want to partner with you in helping you purchase your home at an affordable price and have an affordable payment. So we are pleased that you watched this video. We would love your feedback. And most importantly, we would love to be a partner with you on your journey towards homeownership. Have a great day.